Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome to you. If you're an old boy or an old girl and you've been around for a while, you might be interested to know I now have a range of new merchandise for you to peruse. No obligation to buy, of course. You can just go and have a look and have a laugh and let me know in the comments what you think. Always up for a little bit of constructive criticism. Now, what do I think of today's map? It's definitely an island. It's in the China Seas. It's by a creator we have done twice in the past, but they have never shone. Never got more than 7 stars, but today will be different. And it's definitely worth getting your chopsticks out for. So, go and get your chopsticks out. Go on. That's right, getting your chopsticks out really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow that little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Today's map is Xiachuan Island, China by Huangsang. Hopefully I've got some of that right. Let's have a little look at the start square, shall we? It's a good one. It's definitely usable considering the land is not the flattest. Looks from here it might be, but I promise you, even the terrain height map doesn't show how hilly this island is. It's a proper hilly one. There's your resources highly workable. Got to like those. Good work there. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, the answer's not much. Network extensions 2, 81 tiles. Apparently you need 81 tiles. Really? Fine Road Anarchy, recommended, I would say. Fine Road Anarchy, but not absolutely essential. And of course, we've got the new version, Fine Road Anarchy 2, you could choose instead. We'll be using the vanilla temperate theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT. And if you speak Chinese, we've got it in fluent Chinese as well. Thank you very much for that, Huangsang. Now, this is a real-life location based in the China Sea, and it's been done really nicely. I mean, the road layouts on a map like this are not going to be easy. And I've seen enough of the Chinese road layouts to know that they do like building highways around the edges of mountains and through mountains and making them look rather sexy. And that's what has been achieved in today's map. We do also have a lot of milk pools, like this little lake here behind the tunnel entrance here. The milk pools, never mentioned milk pools before, but yes, it's obviously just the top of the tunnel glitching through where tiny little bit more terrain work could be done just to eke that out. We've got trees growing out of the milk trees. Milk trees, that's what they are, of course they are. Anyway, really sexy intersections here. I think this is definitely worth a 5th star. This particular intersection, everything about this I love. All the merge lanes work so well. Look at these arrows. Everything ticks every lovely little box in my my list of boxes to check. My checkbox list, if you like. Everything's very slick and very tidy. Now, where is Xiachuan Island, I hear you ask? Well, if you imagine the map of China, you've got that in your head, and because you know it really well, don't you? Oh, not that well? Okay, you know where Taiwan is, or Taiwan, I guess. Right, okay. Between there and Vietnam, you've got a bit of coastline, and it's about halfway down that stretch of coastline, just to the left of Hong Kong, if you know your Hong Kong whereabouts. We've got another milk pool here behind this tunnel entrance. It's a shame because this will detract from the final score. And it's a shame because the highway layout is top level. I mean, I'm not exaggerating here. We're talking top level, considering how tricky this terrain will be, or will have been to work with. Then down here to a little T-junction. We are now into the start square. Loving the merge on that as well. Everything's really tidy. Pull back to have a little look at the start square. Perfect place for maybe a hotel right by the beach. What do you think? And the answer is yes, we'll have a hotel right by the beach. Thank you very much. This one's by a creator whose name I don't recognise. I don't think we've done them before. It's Hotel Blue by KDS Woods. And I'm 90% in love with this asset. Just 1 or 2 minor grumbles, which they've probably picked up on already. But let's do factoids because factoids. On today's date, December the 17th, in 2003, the Wright brothers launched their the first sustained power-driven flights by an aeroplane. The distance covered by this historic flying was less than the length of a modern day jumbo jet. So there we are. Well done, the Wright brothers. Two rights do make a right, apparently. Anyways, my big grumble with this one, if you have a look through here, you can see the way that it renders looking through the windows. You can just see the walls glitching out on the far side. We come around the other side as well and have a look through this way too. You see it's exactly the same from this side. It's a shame because if you're going to be doing screenshots, this might detract you from actually using this building. But anyway, Hotel Blue by KDS Woods. I really do like it. Love to see some more from KDS Woods, maybe some rendered windows instead, or something a little bit cleverer than I am. How many assets have I made? Yes, okay. Oh, now we do have this little bit of I didn't know whether this was deliberate or not. Having looked across the map, because this does look like it's got a bar across the back as well, and there's some sort of weird glitching going on there, and I wasn't sure what was causing that. We do have a solution a little bit later on in today's show as to what's caused that, but that is not by design. Okay, come around here. Yeah, you look at it, you go, maybe the entire highway's been blocked off for a reason. Yeah, they'll come back over here. There doesn't appear to be any reason why the highway would be blocked off. So if that was deliberate, then it's just, I think the bar across the back is quite fetching. That to me looks like it's a zombie barrier. Yeah, it could be a zombie barrier, but no, zombie barriers are us. Okay, maybe the Chinese know something we don't, but no, a bit later on in today's show, looking around the highways, we will come across something that will be a clue as to what has happened there. Specifically what's happened, I'm not sure, but I can see somewhere down the route where it is actually, it kind of evolves. Again, another beautiful intersection going on there, allowing for the full loop backs and everything. It's just really very tidy. Now, look, a little bit of wibbly wobbly on the highway coming up here, which I wouldn't normally mention because I just don't think it really matters that much, except for the rest of the highway is perfect. Like, you can see the roads there are just perfect. It's just that elevated section just wibbles a little bit. No big problems, really. Out through the tunnel on the opposite side and heading down to the far side of the island now. This is about, well, not quite totally as far as you can go, but most of as far as you can go into the island before you run out of island and then you start hitting ocean. We'll loop around here. We'll just follow this road and see where it takes us to, shall we? Another tunnel through there. And we've got lots of little coves, and you know what, this map is quite enticing to actually have a little build on. Challenging build, but that's real life. That is real life. If you wanted to do skyscrapers on this, I think it could be a really quite aesthetically interesting and definitely challenging as well. Follow the road up and through the hills, and again, this road feels natural. It just feels that. How many times have we seen roads like this running through hills like that, and they have been dreadful? I'm totally buying it. 100% vanilla as well with the trees. Talk about the trees in the second half of today's show. I'm a winner on the trees as well, you know. I am. They're around here. We seem to have a dead end over there, so we can't really go much further. Nice little building area down there as well, though. Then we're back onto the highways over here, and we have the tunnels, which are almost perfectly lined with each other. Not too bad. Not too bad considering everything. A couple of little pop-out tunnels there with elevated sections in between. And here we go. Now, can you see we've got a little bit of translucent tunnel there? Tunnel entrance. Something somewhere in the making of the tunnel has actually caused that to glitch. I don't know exactly what's caused it, but it's in the tunnel making procedure. So for me, that is definitely a creator problem rather than a game problem. But there we are. Up and over and through, and another milk pool on the opposite side of here. Oh, it's a minor thing. It's so easily fixed. And that takes us right back to where we started. This is our initial main intersection, and everything's slick and tidy there as well. Do you reckon? Remember that bit? We were there about 3 minutes ago. I'm sure you can. Might have been 4 minutes ago, but yeah, we were there. We've been there, and then this heads out into the China Sea, which I totally believe because we've seen these as well in China, and we're now going to head off to Zack, who's in America, apparently.
Wouldn't it be great if Cities Skylines had tides within the game? Well, now it does, thanks to TPB's Tides mods. Want to know more? Then you need BonBonB's Tides tutorial. Click the information button below.
And so back to Xiachuan Island, China by Huangsang, and the shipping routes. That shipping route runs perfectly through the gap in those pillars. I have no problems with those. And if you have a look at the slick arcs and the curves there, you will feel that everything's going to be perfect with this map and the shipping routes. I regret to inform you, you would be wrong. I wish you were right, but you would be wrong. Like here, we just bend off this way and head off down this way and then down to the edge of the map there. But if we were to come back along this route and take a left, or take a right even, if you want to take a right there, you could, you've got a sharp turn to take a right, but that's kind of in the fog. This one, however, is not. This is in full view of the island. It's kind of a crossover though. I think you'd have to come down here and do a full 180, boom, that way, back up there. And in fact, I did get some footage later on that I haven't included in today's show, which does show shipping having to take that 180 turning. And we've got the same sort of thing going on here. I think we've got a crossover there, which means shipping would have to do a 180 again to do a turn back there. Okay, water flow. We have got an island, and islands are always reliant on external water flows. And if you need flowing water, you haven't got an awful lot on this map around the edge of the start square areas and the first zoning areas. There's a little bit going on there. And then down here, I wonder what you're supposed to build here. Don't know, but we've got some ready-made wharfs on the front there to start building your ports, your seaports even. There's a clue. I've got to say that I'm buying the trees on this one. Okay, 100% vanilla, and okay, we've got the redwoods up high and these green trees down low, and maybe I don't know, conifers or something like that would have made a bit more sense further up. I don't know, because I don't know China that well. But it does have a really lovely aesthetic to it, the way that it's been done. There's a proper like fade with the trees between the two, and it's just a really lovely aesthetic. Plus leaving all the flat build plane completely clear of trees as well. That is good. Do you know what? High credit, high reward for the, what's this? Trops A's? Something like that. I don't know. Maybe we should turn the camera around. We have a little lake in the middle of the island with some kind of like dam thing, and it's a take on a dam. It's a bit glitchy, a little bit of blue mantle at the end as well, but it's an interesting feature that could be just cleaned up a little bit. And then we have some lakes with some running water up from the mountains down, and we've got like we've got to have a drowned tree in there somewhere, and there's at least that little one right about there. All told, I am quite liking this map. We've got the beaches. Okay, the vanilla beaches are never going to look pretty, and we've got a few. Are there palm trees that like salt water? I don't know, but do they really like being up to their waist in salt water? I think there's a little bit of work that could be done along. You see how far the beach extends out here as well with the sand. I think basically the water levels around there aren't quite right, but it's not a hugest of problems, that one. And we've got some external islands. This isn't an island over here. This is actually connected to the mainland, hence the road connection up here. And then we've got this like wharf out here as well that has a little bit of water in it. Now, this little bit of water will be there permanently, I'm afraid, unless you can do some terrain work, because if you check the water at the sea level, that is all below sea level. So it's a tiny little bit of cleaning up that can be done there as well. Minor bits of terraforming to make the map absolutely perfect. A little bit of blue mantle at the end as well there, tiny little hint of it. But we have these little islands out here that you connect ferries to if you've got the right DLC for that. This island stands out by having no trees on it. I don't know if that's, I'm not going to mark it down based on that, but I'm feeling that maybe would have looked better with a couple of trees on it. And then this island's got a little bit of a beach on it as well, maybe a little holiday beach, and then the island on the end is just full of trees. So yes, wow, okay, what do you think of this map? It's not the perfectly slick map, but it is a proper builder's map for those that like a little bit of the slipping in between all of the mountains. But what do you think anyway? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month in the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? Could be. Aesthetically, it's okay. Actually, I think it's almost 4 stars. There are areas that I think, especially with the road layout. The road layout is just beautiful, but I can't quite squeeze a 4th star out of it, I'm afraid. I'm going high 3. It stands out. It's very memorable, and I like it. Detailing, again, there are some really good 5-star highway layouts. The highway is definitely the star of the show. But there's a lot of tiny little fiddly things that kind of don't allow it to be a 4-star map. And so it's going to get, again, I'm going to go high 3 again. Definitely just a few things to fix. Gameplay potential would have got 4 stars from me, without question. But water flow issues. And for those of you that want rolling water in your start square, there just isn't really on this one. Still a very playable map, and so therefore playability, you're going to get 3 stars if you've got a playable map, and that is fine. A little bit of glitching to fix. But anyway, Xiachuan Island, China by Huangsang. Glad to see this one, and I hope to see some more from them. And I've no doubt there will be more coming from them because they have produced quite a few maps to date. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Don't forget to check out the merchandise, the BonBon shop down in the description down below. Old map on the screen now if you want to go and check that one out as well. And it's not too late to become a member of Patreon. Patreon members will be getting a little bit of a discount as well on the shop, so bear that in mind. Alright, I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching.